I'm so pleased today to launch the Art of Resilience documentary. This year, 2020, has been a year like no other. What a challenging time it's been. Devastating summer bushfires, floods, drought, and now the global COVID-19 pandemic. At a time where many events and projects have been cancelled, it is absolutely fantastic to see this one going ahead, showcasing all your creative talent, and there's a lot of creative talent out there. This project champions the youth of the Parkes Shire. What a fabulous shire that is, great local government area. It encourages creativity, starting with conversations around drought and resilience, allowing a diverse range of people to get involved and highlighting the importance of the arts in wellbeing and mental health. So important. A total of 130 entries were received across the Parkes Shire, with 24 winners and highly commended awardees, and I congratulate each and every one of them. A total of 11 more entrants were awarded a special mention. Awardees were introduced onto a fully equipped film set. How exciting would that have been? Something very few had the opportunity to experience previously. They were interviewed, filmed and recorded, and their winning entries were developed using animation, graphic and sound techniques into stories to create individual film clips. How exciting! Which was then compiled into the microdocumentary you are about to watch. So the only thing stopping you between watching that is my little speech here. But I really want to say thank you to all those involved. Congratulations to the winners, and enjoy this showcase of their hard and amazing work. Well done.
Right, it's my great pleasure to support and congratulate all those involved in the Art of Resilience. This project was started by Roger Kitson, our drought support officer, during the worst drought this town has seen in many years. And it was a way of trying to support the youth of our community and using art as an outlet for them to express their feelings. The drought was only one part of the scenario for the youth of our shire, because we also had COVID-19 come in, and they also witnessed the terrible bushfires right along the coasts of New South Wales and Australia generally. And so a lot of pressure on youth, on their mental health, and using art and various forms of art forms to express their feelings and able to get it out of their system so that they are able to achieve some mental health stability in their lives and give some creativity and ways of expressing themselves beyond the hardships that they were facing.
Hello, my name is Sean James Cassidy, and I'm the director of the Australian chapter of Ubbo Exchage. Ubbo Exchage is an international art group set up to support and give voice to artists in regional areas. It was created to share ideas, to mentor, and to strengthen the youth so that they one day can provide the same guidance and leadership to others.
Hi, my name's Roger Kitson, and I was the former Drought Response Officer for Parkes Shire. Currently I've moved to Esk up in Queensland to assist councillors up here with bushfire recovery. It wasn't long after I moved to Parkes that I could see that art was an important part of the community, and I'd always wanted to try and utilise the skills that people had there in a really positive way.
Hello, I'm Kerrie Peden. I'm a writer for Ubbo Exchage and one of the producers of the Art of Resilience project. I have always had a deep interest in the arts, and throughout my career as a teacher, I sought to engage my students with the arts. I believe they're absolutely vital for human well-being, and throughout my career I've witnessed its importance, its ability to engage struggling learners, sparking creativity and giving children a voice.
I know from past experience that I've had working with disadvantaged youth that art can be used as a way for healing, for people to express themselves, get things off their chest that's hard for them to often say, I guess, or vocalise. But it's also a great way for people to feel connected and feel like that they have a sense of purpose, I guess a sense of place, and that they're a part of the community.
I am a resident of the Parkes Shire. It's a rural community in central west New South Wales. We've had years of crippling drought, and this has created enormous stresses on farming families. Not only on farming families, but in the community in general. Many of the businesses and livelihoods in a town like Parkes are dependent on a successful farming year. So add to that the bushfires and then COVID-19. Times were very worrying.
Through Neighbourhood Central, we were approached by Roger Kitson, the Drought Response Officer, to create a competition that would help support the known talent in the area and discover new talent within the Parkes Shire. This was an opportunity to use art to connect with and give youth a voice at a time of isolation.
It was through Neighbourhood Central that I was put in touch with Ubbo, and it's been a great experience working with Sean, Kerrie and Jason. Now they took on this idea and really raised it to a whole new level, and it really is credit to them that this program has come to the success that it has.
In every hard period of my life, in every struggle, dance has been a sanctuary for me, and the same thing with writing. I think in the end it's just about communication, especially in a time when you're struggling to find a sense of self or comprehend some very confusing emotions. That ability to communicate cannot be understated.
The Art of Resilience has uncovered a wealth of artistic talent in the Parkes Shire, and while some young people are facing significant struggles, they were all hopeful for the future.
And then the last symbol, which is down the bottom right, I believe is probably the most significant, is because it's the tree growing from the rocks, and that represents regrowth and obviously the resilience we all had and came together.
They all had dreams, they all had goals, and they also displayed that sometimes elusive quality that is so important for coping in an ever-changing world: resilience. It's been an absolute privilege to work with the youth of the Parkes Shire. Thank you.
I got the idea from what I would see on the farm and what I would see out in the paddock, and sometimes there might be a cow head or a sheep that's passed away, and I'd get some inspiration from that and see new life growing from that, and that's where I got the idea for this artwork, for the bullhead, to have flowers, natural flowers that you would find just out in the bush, in the scrub, and just drew them with a bit of colour growing out of the skull. They are important, the cycles, because when something old passes, something new and beautiful grows from it, which is great to watch.
The reason that I'm up here on top of the mountain is because that's the way it was described to me by the participants and the parents that were involved. They said after working with Ubbo, they felt like that they were on top of the world. So I thought this was a good place to be.
I'd like to thank government and local council for their backing, the schools within the Parkes Shire, the Park Services Club for the use of their facilities, Neighbourhood Central, and to the families of the Parkes Shire. Cheers and thank you.
I definitely think that art is a language, and it's because art expresses your emotions when you're thinking, you're talking, but art is basically everywhere, so you're expressing your emotions almost anywhere.